Hi, welcome to the full moon in Scorpio. I say welcome because I'm acting as if, right? I didn't know if I was going to make it to this reading, y'all. I didn't know if it was going to happen the last few days with this build up to the Scorpio full moon has been a lot. And just speaking from my interactions with a lot of people who I've done readings for, and what they're telling me, we are processing a lot. The Scorpio full moon, Scorpio does not mess around. That is the the phoenix rising. But first, before the phoenix rises, and then you get to the eagle's perch of having insight and perspective on what you are being shown. First, the truth comes in with that scorpion sting. And it's some dark truths that, aren't easy to look at. It's the things that we don't want to look at. It's the things we've pushed away. I had this interesting metaphor come into me about what's been happening with this build up to this full moon. And it's kind of like, you've made the decision to move. You've made the decision to start a new life, and you've had to do all the work of what that entails. Like, there's so many things involved when you are moving to something, to a new location, to a new life. And there's lots of things you have to go through and dig through and release and decide, make lots of decisions. And it's not a decision that you make, it's not a process that happens overnight. It's a very long process. And so the full moons always connect back to their corresponding new moon, which we had in November, Scorpio season. We had the new moon in Scorpio. So think back to November. What were you making a decision about? And from then until now, what has been the process of that, of moving into that new transformed life? Scorpio is all about the deep transformation, but you cannot have the deep transformation without facing the truth. And not not the nice truth that you want to see, but like the dark stuff, the stuff that's really hard to look at. And so you've made this decision to move to this new life. Maybe it's attached to last November with the new moon in Scorpio. That put us all the way through the holiday season into the new year, of like what we've decided as a collective as the new year, not the astrological new year. But then it did bring us through Venus retrograde and all kinds of retrogrades, and then the start of the new year, and here we are. Venus is direct, and all of that, like a lot has happened in the last 6 months internally. It may not be showing up on the external, but I think with this full moon, it's going to start showing up on the external. So you've made the decision to move to a new life. You've made the decision to transform. You've looked at all the things you've had to do. You've done the work. And then you think you're good. You think you're good, but wait, there's like, you realize there's this giant black trash bag in the corner of your closet that you completely forgot about. And well, did you forget? Maybe you just didn't want to deal. You just shoved some stuff in there, and you're like, I'll deal with this later. And so you see this trash bag, and you know what's in there. You're like, oh no, I forgot about that. No, you didn't forget. You just didn't want to deal, and you didn't want to get your hands into that stuff. So whatever it is that you put in that big black trash bag, and let's just go a little deeper and say you double bagged that, you triple bagged it. That thing's got 3 trash bags all on the outside. whatever's in that trash bag is what is coming up, what is building up to this full moon. And it's like, it is the stuff that you don't want to look at, you don't want to let go of, but you also, you have to let go of it, but you don't want to. So you're like, well, I'll just face this later. Or maybe if I give this time, I'll be more equipped to not have to release this. I'll be more equipped to face this, and I can integrate this stuff into my life, and it'll be okay. And we're talking about, like, maybe this is, this is stuff that every time you have access to it or look at it, it hits a wound so deep in you. But there's sentimentality to it. There's fantasy and hope and dreams attached to whatever's in that bag. But it's also, there's deep wounding and shadows and just the darkness attached to it as well. And it's time to let it go. And this is something that's not easy to face. We deal with the easy stuff first. We always deal with the easy stuff first. And I'm not saying at all that the last 6 months have been easy, because they have not been. They've been sobering. They've been sad. There's been a lot of confusion at times and asking for clarity, and then the clarity will come, and we deal with that surface level clarity. And it's actually probably been more than surface level for the last 6 months. I know it has. It's been digging into the layers, but now we have made it to the root system. We have made it to, we've made it to the caves. We've made it to that corner of the closet with the triple bagged garbage from our past. And now it's like, we can take this bag with us when we move. We can. But actually, you can't. You can't take it with you. If you do, if we take this bag of shit with us, if we take it with us, we will not transform our lives. It won't happen. And here's the thing, it's time for it to happen. This is the year for it to happen. It's time. Whatever has been boiling to the surface for you for this in the last few days, and it hits you in such a deep, sharp, profound, I know I got to deal with this kind of way. That's where it's at right now. And that's the work right now. And it's like, I would love that the work has an ending. I would love for us to get to a completion with the work, and all things go after that. And we have moments of that for sure. And there's the train rumbling in the background. We have moments of coasting, but that is not this moment. This moment is what's in the trash bag. What are you going to do with what's in that bag? And what are you going to do? You cannot take it with you to this beautiful, new, majestic palace that you have finally come to this acknowledgement that I can have this. I can have this beautiful new life. I can be who I want to be, who I envision in my mind's eye. I am capable. I do love myself. I am determined to do things differently. Well, guess what? You have to do things differently. You have to leave the darkness in the past, and you have to face the truth. So what is the truth? What's in that bag? What's in there? What do you have to let go of? It's never really what you expect, but it's what you already know. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. It's never really what you expect to have to deal with, but it's what you know you have to deal with. And in that essence, it turns into like, oh, I did expect this. I've just been running away from it for a really long time. It's time to stop running. If you want a different life where you're going, you have to do different things, and you have to let go of anything that has not allowed you to be yourself, your most divine, beautiful, radiant self. You can't take the big black triple bagged garbage with you. You can't do it. You can. We always have free will. We always have choice. But if you want something new, and if you want this white candle of divine white love and light in this new era to be your purification candle today, you've got to face the truth. And this is the truth within you. What you're doing that you can't do anymore, you absolutely cannot. The people that you're involved with that you cannot be involved with anymore. And it's not to say that any of those things are bad, inherently bad or toxic. They may be, but they're just not, they just don't match with what you're facing, in the direction you're facing. They don't match it anymore. They don't match it. So, okay, I'm getting all preachy. Let's pull some tarot for the full moon in Scorpio. Tarot, Scorpio, ho ho. This moon is not messing around. It's like, pay attention. Like, you have no choice but to pay attention. Well, I keep saying you don't have a choice. You do have a choice. You absolutely always have a choice. But what kind of life are you really wanting? Like, really, like, it's time. Like, we have gone through so much in the last 6 months, and it's just gonna keep coming. I'm sorry to say, the work never ends. It would be nice. We have pauses, we have moments of breath, but the acceleration of energy that is happening right now is big. And what is happening internally within you is big, because you have to show up in the external happenings grounded in the light, grounded in this white divine light. This is where you want to be if you're going to survive and thrive and stay alive and be the light. Be the light. We can't take any big black trash bags into our future. No, we're taking candles. We're taking bare feet on the ground. We are taking sovereignty of our knowledge of who we are and what we're here for. To be the light. There's going to be so much darkness out there. There already is, and it's just, it's like it's just trying to grow, and we got to grow the light. So, we have the Knight of Cups. That's a sweet, tender little energy of offering of love. Okay, I like that. I'm going to see how that applies. We have the Page of Wands. This feels like steady momentum. Not really knowing what you're doing exactly, but we're steady momentum. We're offering love. We're there's softness and tenderness here, and playfulness. I love all the rabbits in this little card. There's three rabbits. My cats have been I don't want to say harvesting rabbits. That's a little dreary. But they've been bringing gifts of the rabbit variety, and most of them are barely injured and are rescued. But rabbits are a sign of fertility and growth, and I know the build up to this moon has felt daunting, but the message here so far is, oh my God, simple acts of tenderness for yourself. All day yesterday, I just loved myself. I had ceremony. What else do we have? The Ten of Cups, community, building a world that is grounded in divine love. That's where we're going. All right. We've got to stay, we've got to put our focus on what we really want and know what has to stay. We have temperance. We have to trust and know that what we want is where our gaze should be. It is the most important thing, and it's going to take time, just like all this process of release has taken time. This is an interesting little message because I know that the build up to this full moon has been so emotional for a lot of us. My experience with it was a little surprising. I have a practice. A huge part of my meditative practice is I use the spoken word. I speak my truth. I speak a lot into into my world. I spend a lot of time alone in my meditative practice, and during my day, and I speak my truth out loud a lot. I create magic with my words all through the day. And it's been a huge alchemizing practice for me. It's totally started to transform the way that I think and the way that I act and the way that I feel. And I share that with a lot of people who I have sessions with, because there's nothing more powerful than what you are speaking, and that can go either way. You can create curses upon your life, or you can create blessings upon your life by what you are saying out loud. Words are magic, words are power, words are blessings. And I give that advice to a lot of people that I read for about how it can change your life. With this full moon in Scorpio, I could not speak out loud. It just felt like everything that I was processing was so deeply internal that the stirrings were just in there, and it's almost like I was empty and felt nothing, which is not true, but I think there's an element of it's not necessarily shock, although that's the most fitting word that I can find right now. There's a level of shock that is happening within communities of what's taking place in our world and the external. There's a level of things are happening right in front of our eyes that are unbelievable. And there's a lot of grief that comes with that, and there's a lot of moments of paralyzation, and the external world is always a reflection of what's happening on the internal. It's just so important. I'm going to go back with this Temperance card. This is divine timing. It's resourcefulness. It's steadiness. It's so important now that we are moving into this new life, this 10 of Cups, now that we truly see what a community of love and feel what that would actually be, and what we desire to have. Sometimes it takes the darkness to show us the utmost importance of that, and I think we're going to have plenty of opportunities to stand for that and to initiate that, and people are already doing that. But it starts first with ourselves. We have to look at, if we want to move into this beautiful new life that is loving and fair and community-based and just happy and joyful and beautiful, we have to look, we have to look at what's in that black bag, that trash bag, and we have to face it. I guess the message here is there's your part in all of this is very personal. It starts out very personal with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands. These are very personal acts of initiation, facing the truth, every decision that you make to truly leave something behind, people, experiences, ways of thinking, old behaviors, all these tiny little acts of self-care and love that you do for yourself, they will be a benefit for where you are headed and where so many beautiful people who are also headed there will meet you. They will meet you there. And it's going to be a different world, because so many people are doing the work. And so many people are sick of the darkness. And the darkness does make you sick. So you got, like, I would just suggest you look in the bag, you face it, you say, okay, yeah, this all of this stuff, no matter if it makes me like I had so many dreams attached to this, I have so many memories attached to this stuff, there's so many sentimentalities and connections to like a huge span of my life. I see that, I acknowledge that, and I don't want it. I can hold the good stuff in my heart forever, but the physicality, the truth of what is like right in front of your face right now, what you know is not good for you, what you know you want to be different, and what you know you can't take to where you are truly going with this card, you have to leave it, or take it to the bonfire, throw it in and let it burn. You see the scorpion truth with the sting. It's not fun to look at. It doesn't feel good at all. It can feel like anger. It can feel like disgust. It can feel like deep heartbreak and loss. It can feel like abandonment and wounding, and it can take you right back to childhood. That's the stuff we're looking at with this full moon. It hurts. And you can face it. I know that you can. I know that you are. And then you can take it and you can throw it in the bonfire. You can watch it burn, the phoenix rising from the ashes into the sky. And then the eagle becomes the soaring insight of it all. And it takes time. That's the Temperance card. And also, like, we're doing this together. We're doing this together. There's so many cups here. We're doing this together. Be kind to people. Help people. Help yourself first. Have the capacity to help people. We have each other. We have spiritual beings all around us who are helping us and guiding us, angels, spirit guides, all of those. Like, you are not alone. But you got to face this truth, okay? I love you so much. Happy Scorpio full moon.